In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 WNBA games happening on August 17, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 WNBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Minnesota Lynx versus Washington Mystics. After a month-long hiatus to allow players to participate in the Paris Olympics, the WNBA has resumed its regular season, starting with a week of competitive action. Among the matchups is an interconference clash in the nation's capital, where the Minnesota Lynx will face off against the Washington Mystics on Saturday afternoon. This game marks the second half of a home-and-home series between these two teams. The first half of the series took place on Thursday night in Minnesota, where the Lynx secured a 79-68 victory, comfortably covering the spread as 8.5-point favorites. In their last 10 encounters, both teams have won 5 games each, though Minnesota has dominated the recent matchups, winning 5 of the last 6, including both meetings this season. The Minnesota Lynx have consistently proven to be the superior team, and they are expected to demonstrate their dominance once again in this game. A quick glance at their 2 head-to-head matchups this season reveals that the Lynx won both games by an average margin of 9 points, which is double the spread. The most recent game, played just 48 hours before this one, was closely contested, with the score tied entering the 4th quarter. However, the Lynx turned on the heat in the final quarter, outscoring the Mystics 21-10. As the regular season progresses, the net ratings further highlight the gap between these teams. Minnesota ranks 4th in the WNBA with a 7.8 net rating, while Washington lags behind in 8th place with a -6 net rating. In the first game of this back-to-back series, Minnesota not only secured a home victory, but also covered the spread, thanks in part to the return of key player Collier. On the other hand, Washington welcomed Sykes, Samuelson, and Austin back into their lineup, yet they still fell short. Although the Mystics will have home court advantage in this game, their 3-9 home record this season is not promising. Meanwhile, Minnesota boasts a 7-5 record on the road and has won the last 5 meetings against Washington. Therefore, the Minnesota Lynx to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Offense will not be the focal point in this matchup, which will likely influence the flow of the game. When these two teams faced each other on Thursday, they combined for a total of 147 points. Throughout the regular season, both teams have been underwhelming in terms of offensive efficiency. The Lynx rank 7th in the league with a 100.8 offensive rating, while the Mystics are further down at 10th with a 97.3 offensive rating. Additionally, both teams play at a slower pace. Minnesota ranks 11th in pace with a rating of 95.14, while Washington is closer to the league average, sitting at 5th with a 96.78 pace rating. Minnesota's games have frequently gone under the total, with a 16-9-2 record in relation to the total this season. On the road, the Lynx have seen the under hit in 7 of their 13 games, with a 7-1-1 mark in their last 9 overall. Conversely, Washington has gone over the total in 14 of their 26 games this season. But at home, they have stayed under the mark in 7 of their 12 games. Additionally, 8 of the last 9 meetings between these teams with a posted total have fallen short of the number. Despite Washington nearing full strength, under the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Liberty versus Las Vegas Aces. The New York Liberty, boasting an impressive 22-4 record with a 12-14 mark against the spread, will be hitting the road for a non-conference showdown against the Las Vegas Aces, who sit at 16-8 overall and 10-14 against the spread. This matchup is set to take place inside the Michelob Ultra Arena on Saturday afternoon. The Liberty have established themselves as the top team in the Eastern Conference, while the Aces hold the 2nd spot in the Western Conference standings. This will be the second meeting between the two teams this season, with their first encounter occurring on May 15th, where the Liberty secured a 90-82 victory on the road. These two teams are among the most evenly matched in the WNBA, featuring high-powered offenses and aggressive rebounding. The primary difference between them, as highlighted in their first meeting, lies in the Aces' struggles to defend the perimeter. During that initial game, the Liberty shot an impressive 43% from three-point range while limiting the Aces to just over 30% shooting from beyond the arc. The Aces have shown some defensive lapses throughout the season and often find themselves in high-scoring shootouts, which is reflected in their 7th ranking in scoring defense. On the other hand, the Liberty have demonstrated a more well-rounded game, and with a recent game already under their belt, they should have an edge on Saturday as the Aces return to action for the first time in nearly a month. The New York Liberty have consistently proven themselves to be the superior team throughout the season, suffering only 4 losses so far. This impressive record includes an 8-point victory over the Las Vegas Aces. In their lone matchup this year, Liberty forward Jonquel Jones delivered a standout performance, scoring a career-high 34 points, with the team getting off to a strong start by putting up 28 points in the first quarter. Given their track record, the New York Liberty to cover the spread as underdogs is our full-game side pick. In their previous encounter, these two teams combined for a total of 172 points, so it's unlikely that we will see the same level of offensive production in this rematch. In that game, both teams combined to hit 23 three-pointers, a feat that may not be repeated this time around. Neither team has excelled in terms of offensive rebounding, with the Liberty ranking 9th in the WNBA with just 7.1 offensive rebounds per game, while the Aces rank last in the league, averaging only 6 offensive rebounds per game. Defensively, both teams have performed well throughout the season. The Liberty hold the 4th spot with a 95 defensive rating, while the Aces are close behind in 5th with a 100.3 defensive rating. A significant factor is that neither team scores many points off turnovers, with the Liberty ranking 7th at 15.5 points per game and the Aces 9th at 15 points per game. Given that these teams combined for 172 points in their first meeting in Las Vegas, I anticipate that the scoring will be lower in this game. With this being the Aces' first game in a month, some rust is expected, particularly on the offensive side. Meanwhile, the Liberty boasts the 3rd-ranked scoring defense in the league, recently holding the Sparks to under 70 points. Although they may not keep the Aces under 70, the Liberty can certainly disrupt their offense and limit them to below their usual scoring output. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Sky versus Los Angeles Sparks. The WNBA has resumed its season after a lengthy Olympic break, and this week features a matchup between the Chicago Sky, who currently hold a 10-15 record and sit in 8th place overall, and the Los Angeles Sparks, with a 6-19 record, positioned in 10th place. Both teams had a day of rest on Friday after playing on Thursday. The Chicago Sky suffered a 20-point home loss to the Phoenix Mercury, while the Los Angeles Sparks endured a brutal 35-point home defeat against the New York Liberty. These teams last met in late May, with the Sky emerging victorious by a 10-point margin at home. The Los Angeles Sparks are facing significant roster challenges for this upcoming game, as they are expected to be without key players, including forward Stephanie Talbot, forward Cameron Brink, guard Ari McDonald, and guard Lexi Brown. Despite this, the Chicago Sky are only slight favorites on the road, with a 1.5-point advantage. The Sparks have struggled mightily at home, holding a dismal 4-9 record. This is where the disparity between the two teams starts to show. The Sparks, without their full roster, are unlikely to contain rookie Angel Reese, especially when it comes to controlling the offensive glass. Analyzing the recent defensive performances of both teams, there's a noticeable gap. The Sky have been allowing an average of 82 points per game, while the Sparks have been conceding 85 points over their last 5 games. Throughout the season, the difference in perimeter defense is stark. Chicago ranks 5th in the WNBA, holding opponents to a 32.9% three-point shooting percentage, while Los Angeles ranks last in the league, allowing a 37.6% three-point shooting percentage. This modest point spread is puzzling, considering the Sparks are one of the most injury-plagued teams in the league, and their losses have become increasingly lopsided. The Chicago Sky have secured 6 of their 10 wins on the road this season, and they must capitalize on opportunities like this if they are serious about making a playoff push. Given that the Sky defeated the Sparks by 10 points in their previous meeting and have arguably improved since then, the Chicago Sky to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. When these two teams faced off on May 30th, they combined for a total of 156 points, which is 4 points below the projected total for their upcoming game. Neither team has excelled offensively throughout the regular season. The Chicago Sky ranked 9th in the WNBA with an offensive rating of 99.8, while the Los Angeles Sparks are 11th with a 97.3 offensive rating heading into this game. Given these underwhelming offensive numbers, the total points line for this game seems set too high, considering that both teams are among the lowest scoring in the league. Additionally, both teams have experienced significant changes to their lineups, which will likely impact their on-court chemistry. The Sky may be without their top scorer, Chennedy Carter, who missed Thursday's game due to illness, and her availability for this game remains uncertain. Furthermore, the Sky traded away their second-best scorer, as well as Mabry, one of their key offensive contributors. This leaves rookie Angel Reese with a heavy burden, and while she excels as a rebounder and defender, she may struggle to lead the team in a high-scoring contest. Tamron Brink is out with an ACL injury, and Derica Hamby could be distracted by her ongoing lawsuit against the league. With all these factors considered, it's difficult to see this game exceeding the projected total. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.